Welcome to Stock Shots. Today is Friday, February the 27th, 2009. I hope most of you had a better day trading than I did today. I took the day off from my 9-to-5 job and traded, and believe me, I wish I'd have been at work at 6:30 this morning because the trading was just terrible. I can't blame anybody but myself. I believe the direction of the market was down. I made some great trades coming out of the gate, playing the downside, and then I was stupid enough to listen to some of the traders that came on the mainstream media and said, you know, we've had a terrible bunch of news. We're hanging in there, and we're going to close higher. The bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, there is no economic catalyst to drive these markets higher. So when you hear people on TV telling you that things are better, I'll go back and compare them to the broker that called me, wanted me to buy GE back in December around 16. Now, if you'd bought that on the basis of his recommendation because it was, quote, the best CD on the planet, unquote, you would have bought that stock at about $16 a share, and after today you would have a lot less dividend than you thought. Sad reality right now is that in desperate times, people will do whatever it takes for them to survive. And if a broker calls you and tells you something like that, I would have much more respect for somebody that called me and said, "Hey, man, my kids need a decent Christmas, and I was going to try to get you to buy this stock because I wanted to make the commission. Would you just donate me a little money?" I would have a little better respect for people who did that. But the bottom line is, you better be careful with your own money. You better not trust anybody right now. And I'm certainly not saying that every broker is a crook. There are good ones. I'm just saying right now there's so much uncertainty that nobody will be as careful with your money as you will. Because I go back to the question in terms of really being cocky about being able to make money as a trader. If I'm really cocky enough to make money trading and I have a thesis, why would I want to trade somebody else's money? I just trade for myself, save until I can trade for myself, and keep my own capital. And I'm sure I'll get a ton of emails, and I'm not cracking at every hedge fund manager, everybody who's traded for other people. But I'm simply saying that 18 months ago, the Dow was over 14,000. It traded below 7,100 today. You better be looking out for yourself. You better not be dependent on anybody else to take care of you but yourself. So unless you've got a broker out there that's made you some money, you better dig in and look for yourself. Right now, this economy is terrible. We are moving towards socialization. That's going to make things worse. Look at the beating that the healthcare stocks have taken. The insurers have taken a beating. The biotech holders trust took a pretty good whop today. I can't find anything that works. You'll find some analysts that tell you, we're seeing a little light in the financials. A little light is not a green candle that appears on the chart only to turn red either the next day or the following day. A little light is a rally that puts some life into this market and brings some of that so-called cash that's out there on the sideline into this market. And yeah, I believe there's money on the sideline, but I also believe there's been a lot of wealth destroyed over the last 18 months, and I don't think you can compare this depression to anything we've seen. If you roll back to the 1930s or 1929 and you try to compare that recession to this one, and you can argue the Main Street has not changed, but the markets have changed. Our markets are more sophisticated. People can get in and out faster. Information is disseminated much quicker, and I do believe that some people are smarter and more skeptical now because there are channels out there that are getting the truth out, and we're trying to get people not to get suckered in. And I'm not saying that every stock is a bad investment. I held some stock over the weekend. I think at some point we will see a rally. But this economy is in trouble, and until somebody can go to my blog and detail a really good reason fundamentally for this economy to move forward, I'm going to keep saying what I believe to be the truth. We're headed down, down, down. And yes, I think that we will see a rally. I posted that and I was wrong a couple of days ago. I still think we'll see it. I still think you've got people out there working hard to talk this market up. If you don't believe me, do your own research and go out there and listen to the mainstream media. You'll find yourself a bull or two, and most of what they're saying, in my opinion, is bull. But I just don't see it. I mean, look at what we're doing. We're nationalizing our banks. The automakers should go bankrupt. We'll probably either nationalize them or we'll go into some kind of government-assisted bankruptcy, but we've done nothing to fix the system. Propping up the banks doesn't fix the system. We need to take our medicine. We need to go on. And I had somebody make a comment the other day, you want to put us back into being a third world country. No, I do not. I believe that we've got to make the free markets work. I believe propping up the housing market is absolutely the wrong thing to do. We're setting up a culture in this country that is going to have class warfare at center stage. It is going to reward, I don't even know how to come articulate it because I get so emotional when I talk about it, but we are rewarding just reckless behavior. And those that got out there and got the teaser rates bought more house than they could afford, hoping that the market would go up, should lose that house. And if they did, the people who are over there renting, living within their means, might have an opportunity to buy that house at closer to that house's true value. What are we doing trying to prop up this market? It will go down. It will come back to be adequately priced unless we go into full-blown socialism. And I can promise you that a little short-run pain, it would not cause us to be a third world country, but a little short-term pain would be better than socialism. Go look at your socialist countries. This country was and still is the greatest country on the face of the earth, but we've got to be willing to take a loss. We've got to take our medicine on this. We can't allow, if you reward reckless behavior when things get a little bit better, it won't be long before the fear that those people have gone through will be a distant memory, and they will behave recklessly again, and we'll do this all over again. We've destroyed a ton of wealth this time. We're way into a recession. We ought to let it go down a little bit further, and we ought to build again from a sound base. I'm willing to listen to any arguments to the contrary, but I just don't see what we're doing helping us out of this mess. We're massive government spending, and now we're going to hike taxes on those that make $250,000 or whatever the figure is. I believe that we need to let capitalism work, that we need to reward risk. I mean, we don't want to become a risk-averse society, and maybe in terms of trading derivatives that we don't know what the heck really are, we do. But as far as a family, starting a family business and trying to borrow enough money to get the capital to make a really viable business work, we need to take that kind of risk. If it fails, we need to let them lose. That's what keeps the balance, the risk-reward ratio in balance.